just like a boy. I stayed on the second landing, dizzy with kisses. In the colonial newspaper office, he guided my hands to a huge wooden printing press. He said, I bet we're not supposed to touch this, as he helped me learn its levers and knobs. We're lost in the tabs. Here. All right, so from one kind of love poem to another, this one is called Deficiencies. Deficiencies. Under the table, my guide dog lies nose to nose with a red gold retriever named Conrad, their bodies poised in fragile silence that spotlights the rhythm of swaying tails. I reach down to find muzzles close, unflinching at my touch, two dogs absorbed in each other. I wrestle the sudden urge to tumble my untailed body from this stiff chair, to lie down and measure my worth against their intimacy. But hesitation comforts me. Delay eases the truth. I'm only one kind of companion. It's funny at that in that encounter that dog was much younger than my dog, and he was behaving much better. I was a little bitter about that one. So this is another poem based on, of course, a real experience. Like Chris, a lot of my work comes from things that I have experienced. So this is literally exactly what happened, no poetic embellishment whatsoever. This was about a panel that I was on about disability and employment. And so all the people on the panel with me were disabled. And so this one is called Inside Jokes. Inside Jokes. A long draped table hosts 5 blind guests, 2 microphones, 1 moderator. A Last Supper littered with free pencils, insufficient paper, and clear water glasses. In reaching for the only microphone that still works, my partner threatens to send his decorous goblet tinkling to the floor. Its 1,000 shards, a dark promise for the paws of our assembled guide dogs. A second swipe for the mic brings the glass an inch from peril, so he hands it to me. I place it out of reach before the empty chair at my right. No one mentioned the glasses when we sat down. No one filled the water jug. No one brought an extra microphone. So we passed the good one back and forth, rustling the heavy mic stand along the disposable tablecloth, clinking the cord against the overturned water glasses, bracing ourselves for the feedback. So this one came from a workshop I was in about women poets. It was really cool, where we were modeling our work on strong women poets that had come before. So they told us to choose a poet and write in their style. So I chose Emily Dickinson, who is awesome. And so this one, if you were to read it, you know Dickinson has her irregular capitals and dashes, and so this one is written in that style. Okay? So this one is called Antiphon for Emily, and I'm Emily, but we're talking about Emily Dickinson. Okay? So we just happen to share the same name, which is really super cool. Okay, so Antiphon for Emily. We so comfortably name her recluse, sister, spinster, and violet shrinking. We treasure her dusty verses and ribbon-wrapped bundles, at all costs enthrone this ideal, to fix a sprawling woman in her place. Insensible to circumstances, merry hands wave away cackling contraries, stitch close the frigates, funerals, nobodies. For our goal is not to sip the liquor never brewed, nor to trace the lava step out of the neighbor's lamplight, but to tame, alas, these ragged edges, to weave coherence unshakable. She's not reading. These last two have kind of a musical theme. I'm also a singer, and so I write a lot about music. Something that interests me as a poet is how do you make music happen on the page. Obviously, when you're listening to music, there's things that you can't translate, but I try to think about all the ways that I could translate it. In my last set, I read one about a wood thrush, the sound of a wood thrush, which is a beautiful bird song. If you've ever looked it up, you can YouTube it. And this one is about, again, trying to translate another sound onto a page, or boy, what does that sound make you feel? So this one is called cello. Cello. It captures the sound of the earth, creaking with the burden of revolution, and the roots of great trees reaching deep inside, curling around the axis. It sounds the dappled, luminous, golden green of thick foliage, of sunlight lapping against wide, aged trunks. It rises richly sonorous and pulls at each filament of the spirit with familiar notes. The soft timbre slides like warm honey. Thick, supple, sweet, an old voice lives in the wood and the strings, a cantor of primal invocations, tracing the gnarled bark and the wandering roots to set the world reeling for rebirth. And this last one was also, sometimes really good stuff comes out of, really good, like I'm like, oh, my work is really good. But sometimes really cool stuff comes out of prompts that people give you. So this prompt was to describe a photograph. And so I took a photograph that I really liked and attempted to write something about what had made all the things in that photograph happen the way that they did. Okay? And he obviously is not. He's like, well, I wasn't in the photo, so yeah. So this one is called In This One. In this one, my head is tilted back at an angle, and your face peeks around the curve of my cheek. Your cheeks curve too, and you're grinning like a little boy as we take selfies in the concert hall. Proud of our coordinating finery, your rich purple shirt and my soft black scarf, our heavy winter coats ready for the night wind, the frantic, teeth-shaking trek to the parking garage. But that's still to come. After Mozart and Beethoven and Sibelius, after my fingers tightly curled around your large hand, my cheek resting against the fabric of your shirt, your curly head tickles my face as we get comfortable in the play of documentation. So that's my set. If you want more, you have to wait till 5:30. Questions, comments, shout out.
So who are some of your other favorite authors that are inspirational for maybe your style of work or maybe moving into different styles?
I go through phases. I love Rilke, who of course writes in German. I don't read German, so I read translations. I went through a Marianne Moore phase where all of her poems kind of march across the page, like all the lines are tapped in. So I definitely did some poems like that. And was like, wow, I looked at a cheap Marianne Moore knockoff. But she's super cool, and I like her work too. Obviously, Emily Dickinson, Edna St. Vincent Millay. I tend to like poetry that's formal but not intellectual. So I do like things like sonnet or things with a lot of rich sound going on. But I don't like when poetry comes with its own footnotes. I'm like, that feels like school. So like it should be something that people can kind of dig into. And then if there's layers there, that's great, but I don't like when, maybe it's because I'm prejudiced, the footnotes are usually too small for me to read. I'm bitter about that. So like, I'm not reading this. I can't afford to these footnotes. So, but yeah, I don't tend to read a lot of the classics. I do like more contemporary poets, but I haven't really gotten on board with like nonsense poetry, like where it's truly experimental. I haven't really gotten on board with that, but obviously Dickinson, she's super awesome.
How often do you write?
Whenever the mood strikes me. I tried to do that one poem a day thing, and it really didn't work out. I ended up writing a lot of crap. So, everybody's like, I write a poem every day. I'm like, I can't do that. I do try to write a couple of poems a month. I try to think about what could I write about to make myself write more often. But really, it has to be, things have to brew for a while. And I find, especially I do also write essays, especially with my essays, I might think about an essay for 3 or 4 years before I sit down to write. And then it kind of just pours out because I've been thinking about it for a long time.
You said you're an instructor at UNF.
Mm-hmm.
So how does your love of writing reflect in the work you teach?
I teach English, so I'm pretty much a big nerd, and my students know that. But I try to get my students writing as much as possible. So many of my students have had very little experience with creative writing or with poetry. We do something in my class called poetry speed dating, where I pass out a bunch of poems and everybody gets in 2 lines, and you go on poetry speed dates where you read to your partner and they read to you. And then you take a different poem home and write an imitation that's inspired by it. So that's really cool because what happens is a student will end up reading their poem 6 or 7 times, and invariably they'll say, this poem's really hard, I don't get it, this is stupid, and then by the end they're like, I feel like I'm starting to get my poem now, because I've read it 4 or 5 times because she made me read it 4 or 5 times. And so what they understand is that initial discomfort does fade away the more that you try to read, but a lot of times people think, oh, hard poem, close the book, I'm over it, you know? And so my goal is to push past that initial discomfort and say, it doesn't have to be hard or scary, it can be fun, it can be frivolous. So.
Well, I have a comment that as I get to know Emily more and more, she's inspired me to write. Of course, it's titled Emily's Cool Quotes. Because I can't ever remember all the good stuff, so I had to write it down and look back at it occasionally.
Have you thought about pulling it all together into a manuscript?
Yes,
Dare I say the word, getting it published?
Yes, absolutely. And I just actually, a lot of these are from a manuscript I'm calling Neopny, which having your little medical jargon in your memoir, you might have heard the word Neopny. It's the retention of playfulness into the adult phase of development. So,
Ooh, yeah.
yes,
You spelled that? That's a cool word.
N-E-O, don't steal it. See? N-E-O-T-E-R. So humans are actually the most neopnous of species because we have an extended childhood phase and we retain that flexibility, that playfulness into adulthood. It's generally what's linked to successive species, biologically speaking. So in the chat book, I did just send it off to a contest, so let's vote for good things. But it's fun. I had fun arranging the work to talk about how does that playfulness come from, it wasn't just chronological, oh, here are my child poems and here's my adult poem. I kept going back and forth, and kind of using each poem as a lens for the next poem. Where does that come from and what are we playing with? Because they weren't all happy poems, but there was some playful aspect of all of them. So we're hoping that that's a chapbook. It's a short collection of maybe 34 poems. I'm hoping that gets picked up. That would be really cool. So well, yeah, absolutely. I hope it does. So,